So really, really simple to explain it here is we have a defender with the ball. He's going to pass the ball to the guy in the wing, close out. The guy in the wing is now going to attack to the elbow. And as he's going to pull up, he's going to use his inside hand and just strip it. But here's the key. He's going to hold the ball in your hand. He's going to stick it straight out and then straight back. And he's going to try and time it. So as the ball is coming up off the dribble, I'm going to be the dribble, right? As it's coming off the ground and coming back up, you're going to try and time it right so it gets out there, because you don't want to have any upward movement and downward movement at all. Why? Because the referee is going to call it no matter how clean it is, and you're going to be complaining, and we don't want to see that. So remember, it's a jab out, and you try and time it just right. And a lot of times guys who are pulling up just aren't really ready for that. Even if you miss it, you could screw him up because he's going to move the ball out of the way, and now he's got to go up and shoot it. It makes the whole nightmare for the shooter. So let's see that in real time. So, good, all right. Do it, okay, rotate. Back up even more, in the lane. There you go, okay, go. Okay, now there's a foul, right? You got to time it right when he pulls it up. So you're actually baiting him. Like, okay, I'm waiting. I know he's going to pull up. Wait, don't strip the dribble, strip the shot. Ready? Do it again. There you go, good. Remember, if you don't get it, it's okay. Don't leave it out there. It's straight in and straight out. Here we go. There you go, good, I like it. Now you can use either hand. I would say the left hand, the inside hand is better on this one, but let's see how we go. Good, all right. Remember, bait him, let him think that he's open, right? You're moving your feet, but you're not reaching. Only when that last dribble to pull up, you'll see his feet getting ready to shoot it. That's when you know to strip. Chicago strip. Good, all right, good. You like that? Now, same thing, but this time you're gonna close out. Let's come a little higher, so you're gonna let him, he's gonna go to baseline now. He's gonna drive the basket. And this time we're gonna use the hand, the low side hand, to strip the same kind of way. You're gonna be turning and running as he's driving, right, closing out. I'm turning and running, I'm keeping him out, and then boom, I stick it out and I stick it right back and get it, right? And my whole focus is that, right? I'm not worried about charge. I can't get there in time, I know that. But all I have hope for, I'm probably not gonna block it because I'm still running so hard to try and catch up. This is my only hope, is to strip it. And again, if you miss it, it's because he had to go like that, and now that screws up the layup shot. So, here we go. Yeah, good. All right, you got it. See, good, beautiful, that's it. Good, yes, good. Once you get in that mindset, you're gonna start
high right now at this height. You know, as a little guard, somebody who's 5'9", 5'10", like he said earlier, you're gonna be foaming at the mouth, because as soon as that ball leaves his hand, if you're quick enough, you have an opportunity to jab to get the ball. So the opportune time to go for any steal is as soon as that ball leaves his hand before it hits the ground, to where he can't go down and get it. So if I'm guarding Coach Mick and he's going to demonstrate an incorrect spin move, if I'm guarding Coach Mick and he does this, so the key with that spin move is Coach Mick switched hands. Anytime you're guarding somebody who's switching hands on their spin move, there's an opportunity possibly for you to get an easy steal. So this time I'm going to steal the basketball and show you the window of opportunity that you have to get a steal, go down and get an easy layup. So I'm guarding Coach Mick and he switches hands and you have an easy steal. So again, the reason that this move is incorrect, and you can switch hands on a spin move, it's not wrong to switch hands on a spin move. You just have to make sure that you protect your body. You put your body between the defender and the basketball. So one more time on the incorrect move. You're guarding him and he switches hands on the spin move, you got an opportunity for a steal. Now, two things of caution right here. Now, I may have been called for a foul right there because I went for the steal, I touched his hand, and I also had my hand wrapped around his waist.
The case, then guys come up with ways where they can get deflections and get steals just by knowing the game, by anticipating what the other team is going to do, and by knowing their opponent sometimes better than what they know themselves. So with these three tricks, there are ways that, depending on who you're playing, you might be able to get an extra steal or two per game just by knowing what they're going to do, what they're going to run, or how they get into their offenses. Three tricks, they can be implemented again today. Our first trick is going to be simply stealing the inbounds pass. If you watch a lot of teams, especially at the high school level, I might finish a layup, and then as soon as the man gets the rebound and takes it out of bounds, he's only looking for one spot. So right now the chair is going to represent the point guard, and guys will blindly step out of bounds and throw it to their point guard. Now, that being said, anytime you can catch somebody throwing a blind pass is a great opportunity to get a steal. So what you can do is head down the court, and if you know the ball is going right here to the point guard, go 1, 2, and then quickly turn right back around in front of him. This isn't something you can do every possession. It's not something that you can do on every made basket. But if you do this 1 or 2 times per game, front stealing it, which is often an outlet pass for you to get a layup right at the rim. Let's take a look at it. So I'm here, I finish a layup, and I'm 1, 2, and I take the inbounds pass. It can be very, very quick. As you saw, he got out quickly, I got there quicker. He tried to inbound to who he's been inbounding every single made basket the whole game. I stepped in front, he threw it to me right at the front of the rim. Our next trick can be utilized by very quick guards when you're on the defensive end on a fast break scenario for the opposite team. Now, a lot of times, obviously, if you can get back in front of him, you want to beat him to the spot before he gets to the three-point line. Or if you're coming from a different angle, you want to beat to the spot and try to take a charge if it's a player who's known to be out of control. But there are times in a game where you're going to be running right side by side with that player, and it's not realistic for you to think that you can beat him to the spot for a charge, and obviously you're not going to just let him go. So a trick that you can use to take advantage of him slowing down on his last steps and to get more deflections and steals is as he attacks, more than likely on that last step before he goes up, he's going to slow down just a little bit. You're still going to be at full speed, and if you can find just a little bit of extra explosion at the last second, you can dart right in front, often using your inside hand to get a deflection, or at the very least, throw him off balance because he didn't know what was coming. Again, this isn't something that you want to do on every fast break. If you're too close, you're going to tangle feet, and it's going to be a foul on you. But if you are explosive, if you are quick, and you know that he's likely to slow down on that last step, you can dart in front at the last second, and more than likely, prevent an open layup. Our last trick, and this may not necessarily lead to a steal for you, but will absolutely lead to a steal for the team and a deflection, is the tip from behind. Now, I'm sure you've seen guys who, if they turn the ball over and they're getting beat down the court, they'll come chase from behind, and when the ball's left out, they'll get that deflection and they'll tip the ball ahead. You can also do that if you were to score and the ball gets ahead of you. Let's say there was a long rebound. Anytime somebody is ahead of you, especially if it's your man, you can track them down, and if their team's not communicating with them, they're going to be left out on an island where you can easily tip that ball from behind. Now, it's very important. You're not trying to get a steal for yourself here. If you're the last man down the court, your entire team's going to be ahead of you. And more than likely, if it's a good defensive team, they're going to be seeing what's coming their way. So as you attack down court, if you hit it with your inside hands, you can knock it away to your team. And as again, if you were the last man down, if you tip it away and then immediately take off the other way, you're going to have a wide open layup because you got the tip, you caught the outlet, and what was a negative play is quickly becoming a positive one because of your hustle. All three of those tricks aren't things that you want to do every possession.